In the world of audio, we have DJs, audiophiles, audio engineers. I've just received the Monitor 60 headphones by One Audio, and they claim that they can appeal to all three. But can they really? Let's talk about it. This is Nico Knows Tech.
Nico Knows Tech, all your tech tips and reviews on deck. Nico Knows Tech, #1 channel with the news on check.
Monitor 60s were just released, I assume to replace the Monitor 50s, which received some acclaim. Before we go any further, cue the unboxing montage. Included in the box is a headphone stand, which is almost never included with headphones. Actually, I've never heard of headphones including a headphone stand. I've always had to buy my own, and I have several. And while it's not especially high quality, the fact that they include one at all is remarkable. On the bottom, it's rubberized, however, it's not weighted. But like I said, this is a free headphone stand that came with a pair of $80 headphones. So, take it for what it is. Hundreds of thousands of online accounts are broken into and stolen by hackers every minute, and the government doesn't seem to do anything about it. If you are still saving passwords, your billing information, and credit cards to your browser, then you are begging to become another statistic. Securely lock down your information and easily generate passwords that hackers won't be able to crack by using NordPass, the intuitive password manager by the makers of NordVPN. With NordPass generating hardened passwords as well as its advanced data breach scanner, you will have the confidence in knowing that no one can get into your accounts but you.
Passwords are safe, ain't gon' let nobody aim at you. NordPass, keep them in the friend zone, ain't gon' let nobody aim at you.
Beginning with the overall design of the Monitor 60s, these are big. These are 50mm drivers, and while most studio cans in this category are 40mm to 44mm, 50mm is a little bit on the big side. However, if they want to achieve an accurate bass, large drivers can be a solution. Another thing they did is they made them swivel out. They swivel in this direction. They also flatten out. And they also collapse into a football design so that you can put them in the included leatherette bag, which is not a bad bag. And at this price point, that's pretty typical to find a leather bag. And the build quality is good. It's not great. It's mostly plastic, but it doesn't feel like this thing could be smashed and thrown around without getting cracked. But if these are taken care of, I don't see any reason why these won't last you. They do include a headphone stand and a bag, and if taken care of, I have no reason to think that these will fall apart on you. Now, the back, you would think that these are open back. These are closed back. This is a bit of branding here. A little grill there with the logo. On the top, we do have the One Audio brand as well. The handbag is wrapped in a protein leather, and there is some significant padding underneath. And the ear pads, these are also a protein leather, and these are very luxurious. They're very big, very squishy, and the ear cups are really big. These go on your head and you feel like you're wearing something quite substantial. Like I said, these are a bit on the springy side. They kind of got to get a good grip on them, but they just go on. Oh, they're very comfortable cans. If they had nothing else going for them, they're really comfortable. The clamping force is nothing. They're pillows sitting on your ears, and your ears are not touching the drivers at all. The padding on the top isn't really thick, but then again, that's not where all of the force on your head is. It's mostly, you feel it like a 3-point connection. You don't see it too much on the top, too much on the sides. It's just really balanced. So overall, comfort is really good. On the bottom, we have 2 places to plug our cable in. Now, these aren't balanced, so it's actually one cable to power both of them. And included are 3 cables. And the cable that I've been using is the coil cable. And what's interesting about this 2-port design is if you want to use the 3.5mm connection, you'll plug in the 1/4 inch side, because we have 2 sides. So if I plug in the 1/4 inch onto the left driver here, then I can plug into a 3.5mm jack. On the flip side, if I plug in the 3.5 millimeter, then I can plug in the 1/4 inch. So that's nice usage of the cables. Both cables, this long straight cable, this is a 3.5 millimeter, 3.5 millimeter. And then the other cable that's included is a thinner cable that's shorter, and it also includes an inline microphone. So that is if you wanted to plug these in into a phone and you also want to take a call, which that's going to be a more common feature in headphones in this class. Now the Monitor 60s are marketed as being ideal for audiophiles, DJs, as well as pro audio. And those are 3 categories which don't typically overlap when it comes to audio equipment. DJs need them to be able to swivel for single ear monitoring, as well as they need to be able to isolate so they can hear the track in a noisy environment when they're listening to the crossfade track. Another thing is they have to look good, however that is really perspective and opinion. In my opinion they look good. They are a bit on the big side for DJ in my opinion, however your results may vary and your preferences may be different than mine. Now for pro audio, in a studio environment, they need to be balanced. They can't have too much added to it. You can't have the bass all boosted. You can't have the highs too boosted. They have to be balanced so that the mix can be accurate. The imaging also has to be good, and being comfortable is another important part in pro audio because we're often wearing these for very long sessions. Now, audiophiles are a difficult category because the requirements of audiophiles are very, very diverse. And you don't really say, oh, this is good for audiophiles because it hits these criteria. Some will want them warm, some will want them bright, some want them pure. There's all different points in the timbre that audiophiles will want. Comfort is a big thing, build quality is another one, but the main thing to please audiophiles is value. Even though a lot of audiophiles will spend thousands and thousands of dollars on headphones, if a $300 set of headphones is really worth $150, expect audiophiles to take a dump on it. And another way is that if it's a $1,000 set of headphones, which acts like $900 sets of headphones, audiophiles are going to pick that out right away, that is not a good value. And even if that $900 set of headphones that cost $1,000 is infinitely more superior than a $40 set of cans, they will click like on the $70 set of cans as opposed to that $900 set of cans because at least they didn't get ripped off. At $80, these are marketed as studio cans. If they were just marketed as studio cans, then I think audiophiles would not say they were being ripped off. In my opinion, the imaging is good. Now there are some problems which I'll get into. Overall, these are good. So I don't think that on all the bullet points of what represents value, that would displease audiophiles. But do I think it's targeting audiophiles with the features? No, I do not. Not exactly. That doesn't make them bad. I just think that you can't really market pro audio and audiophile equipment in the same category all the time unless that audiophile is looking for a pro audio solution. Now right on the front of the box we find the high-res audio badge, and the Monitor 60s did achieve the high-res audio badge, and to achieve that, one of the most important criteria is frequency response. They do have a frequency response of 20 Hz to 40 kHz, which puts them way beyond the human hearing range, however you still can feel it. Now, if we were just talking about these as studio cans, I would say they're really good. The timbre overall is balanced. They're perfectly balanced. Everything's where it needs to be. The big drivers have been able to achieve accurate bass. It's rich. It's better than a lot of other studio cans in this category without being boomy or like Audio-Technica, kind of way too boomy and boosted. These are really balanced, accurate. The imaging is really good. The clarity is good. Detail. They're easy to drive. They're very efficient. You can power them with a phone, which you wouldn't think that on 50mm cans. But when you market these to audiophiles, we have a problem. They're sibilant. On the high frequencies, especially cymbals, electric guitar, they have some sibilance in there. Now, for studio cans, that's not a problem because you often do need to detect sibilance. But for audiophiles, that's immediately, you're going to call me a liar. You're going to hate me if I was to tell you, hey, yeah, this is great for audiophiles, but I can't lie to my audiophile viewers. They got some sibilance, guys. But if you're looking for studio cans, these are better than Sony MDR 7506s, which I have right here. These have a very wide soundstage for what they are. They're not audiophile class a soundstage, but I mean, look at the size of these cans. That allows for a lot of soundstage. So they sound good. They're not open back wide, but they're wider than most studio cans in this category. They got a lot of accuracy. They're very comfortable for long periods of time. In my opinion, these are great for studio use. They're fine for DJs. A lot of that's preference, but you could definitely, make a career out of these. You could do a mix with them. You can mix voices, vocals, instruments. The only thing I wouldn't mix is maybe drums or electric guitar. Maybe not the best one for that. However, you could use them analytically for that. That's my take of the Monauer 60s. I think they're good for DJs. I think they're great studio cans, on audiophiles, but great value for $70. You can pick up in the link in the description, and I hope you like this review. If you like it, please click like and consider subscribing. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I shall see you next time.